Morning, everybody. Welcome to the mud pit. I'm Ann. We're gonna play in the mud today, or make something amazing. Either way, the colors you see are metallics. All of them Artist Loft, except this one right here is a Duracoat or Ceramicoat. Metallic red. This one here is Artist Loft Metallic Aqua. Metallic purple, copper. I think what we're going to do today is a push and pull. Anne-Marie does the push and pulls. Anne-Marie Ritterhoff. My paints are a little bit thick, so we're going to have to do some adjusting on them. I'll get my pouring medium out. My pouring medium is 3 parts Elmer's Glue All to 1 part water. I pre-mix it and I keep it in this. Well, I mix it gallon at a time, so I pre-mix it so that it doesn't take so much time when I need to get it prepared. So there's some crusties on the edge of this cup there. Still a little thick, so add a little bit more. See if we can't get those crusties mixed back down into the cup. Smoothed out. That looks pretty good. A little bit thick, just a touch. And I don't have any silicone in anything. So I'd like to thank some of my mentors. I haven't done that recently, but I would like to thank some of my mentors. I'm an avid fan of Anne-Marie Ritterhoff, and I'm an avid fan of Ann Osborne. When I first got started, I watched a lot of Lily's Mix. She doesn't seem to be... I know that she started the acrylic pouring. I don't know if it's the basics or the addiction. Anyway, Lily's Mix has some really good recipes for her pouring medium and for her abstract style that she uses. Karen Goodrich, I watch a lot of Karen's stuff. Rick Cheadle and Danny Clark. When I first started, I watched video after video after video after video. And I learned so much. I'm about 8 months into this, and I'm getting better every day, but I still have days that everything turns to mud. So if you have days when everything turns to mud, don't get discouraged. Just keep trying. I mean, you know, sometimes you need to take a break from it. It is very addictive, and sometimes you need to, instead of... I don't know about you guys, but for me, I use it as therapy. I don't use it to necessarily create art, although that is what happens sometimes. I use it as therapy. I absolutely do this because it is therapeutic. It helps with my anxiety. It helps with my panic attacks. It helps with pretty much everything. And it keeps me active in a way that I wouldn't otherwise be. It keeps my brain fresh. I think along lines that I didn't think about along before. The politics of this nation it can be, for some of us, extremely depressing. And I use it as a way to escape from that. Not that I'm not a participant in my democracy, because I very much am. But when you, one of the things I noticed was that I was constantly inundated on my Facebook page with political stuff. And I am very politically active, like I said. But I just got to the point where I could not stand. Now, so what I just did was, this is Fructis Sleek and Shine. I have found that this is the best to create cells with. So I put some in this little cup right here. This little cup has a dropper. I use the dropper to drop my silicone into. It's not silicone, it's dimethicone. Same difference. It's all the same thing. Now this is my white. It's pre-mixed. I don't think I'm going to put it in the cup. I want to do a push and pull today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my colors in the cup. Typically, I also spray the cup with WD-40 water-resistant silicone lubricant. Now I just put a shot in there, and I just use that to get the cup slick so that the paint will slide out of the cup without staying in the bottom. It makes it easier to clean, primarily just, and it doesn't leave much paint left in the cup. So it just helps with that. Okay, so I don't really have any order to this. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, my Facebook feed was full of nothing but political stuff. And I just got to the point where I was so ridiculously depressed from the politics of this country that I had to start filling my feed with other things. So I found this acrylic pouring group. And when I did, what I realized was that it was a lifesaver for my depression and my disgust with the government as we know it today. Anyway, I won't go into my political beliefs, but I will tell you that I use this as, for me, it is absolutely therapy. It is not so much about creating art, although that is certainly part of it. It is absolutely about therapy to distract or take your mind into a place that is creative instead of angry, instead of depressed. So that is why I do this art. There's on the art pages that are on Facebook, and there are many. We have acrylic pouring basics, acrylic pouring addiction. We have appreciation pages, Riosaurus appreciation page. We have fluid art pages, and we have, so there are just scads of pages. But I am so grateful that my Facebook feed is now full of positivity and encouragement versus negativity and political discourse. Negative political discourse. Alright, here we go. So we got that all poured. We put our couple of drops of silicone in. Now we're going to leave that on the canvas. This is my white paint. Anne Marie always pours around her cup. Like that. And then we're going to tilt the canvas. I'm going to push my paints back so I don't get any white in them. I'm going to tilt the canvas to get the white spread around some. Don't want to pour it all off. See, we have color coming up already. See, there's color coming up already. Get this spread around a little bit. Whoops. Sorry about all that loud noise. Okay. That's super thick. So I think this is going to work well. Move that out of the way. Hope you can hear me. When I get concentrating, I sometimes get quiet. Sorry about that. Try to keep it loud so that you can hear me. Alright, I think that's probably close enough. Move that out of the way. Now, we're going to push and pull it. So we're going to build up a little wall behind it. As Anne-Marie says. So we're going to push and then pull. And look how clean the cup came out with that little squirt of WD in there. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's paint clear back here. There's a ridge of paint. So we're going to pour off that wall that we put in. And then we're going to bring it back to us here. That's pretty how that goes over the edge there. There's this silhouette of a face right there. Alright, I'm going to hit it with some heat. Okay, this right here is really, really pretty. And there's some dendrites happening here and here. And I am totally digging that. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see the dendrites happening? Let me get a pointer. The dendrites are happening right along there. And they're happening over here. Okay, so we're going to see if we can, I love the copper in there. That's very pretty. Let's see if we can get this paint uncovered a little bit more. I think my white may be a touch too thick, which would just be a shame. Really, it would. Look at the lacing happening over here. And there's a lot of paint on the canvas. Pour that off a little bit. And bring it some down here. Sometimes you can just look at a thing and say, oh my God, that's it, don't do anything more. I think I'm just about there. I'm really, really, really liking that. I like the, yeah, that's gorgeous. We might just leave that just the way it is. See if we can get some more cells to pop. Over in here, most especially, I'd really like to see that. Clean up a little bit. Totally digging this right here. These little cells here happening. But this over here, I'd sure like to see more of. So let's see what we get here. Loving that copper and blue and purple together. And the little hints of the red, the raspberry red over here. Here are some cells popping up over there. Okay, so I am really digging it. I am super digging it. I'm not sure that there's much more we can do to make that better. I really like that that's 2/3 of the canvas is covered. You know, there is one thing we can do. We may be able to drop a ribbon in there. I'm not sure we should. We have a ribbon here that kind of runs through the whole thing. I sure wish this was more apparent. I wonder how I can get that to come up more. Yeah, I think maybe we should, because we have such a negative space up here, maybe we should try a couple of ribbons just right there like that, because then that would kind of, yeah, let's do that, okay? So we're going to make a ribbon, and we're going to do it so that we have, what colors? We've got a lot of copper in here, so let's play off the other colors that we don't have so much of. So we're going to do our blue. Do our purple, just a pinch. We're going to do our red. And we're going to do our silicone. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a stir. Just gonna drop okay. Now let's tilt that a little bit to make it look as if it was there to start with. try blowing these out a little bit here. Okay. All right. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm not really a fan of this right here, so I'm wondering if there's, because this looks just muddier than hell right here. Maybe we could put some copper on that. What up?
Hey, do you have any outlets, like for the plug-in outlets?
No, why?
Because there's one in that room that's completely cracked and broken.
I don't know if I do or not. You'll have to come and see.
Alright, I figured I'd call and check.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, I'll be over after a while. And do you have that white ceiling paint?
I think so.
Okay, I might need to use some.
It might not be any good.
Clean off what's up there or not. If I can just wipe it off, then I'll just do that, because I really don't want to paint the ceiling too.
Yeah, I don't know if I do or not.
Alright.
Alright.
I'll be over in a little while.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry about that, folks. I forgot I was videoing. I got so into the thing. I forgot I was videoing, and otherwise I wouldn't have answered the phone. Apologize. Alright. Well, let's give you a close-up. Get this stuff out of the way here. I'm pretty tickled with it. I might play with it some more after I turn the video off, but I'm pretty tickled with it. Let me get it up here where you can see it. Ooh, don't give me a head rush. Okay, so right here's the corner. You can see that corner there with the little swipe. The cells are pretty sweet. Up to the other edge. Sorry, it's hard to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to watch the tablet screen. I want to be able to give you all a good view. It's pretty fantastic. The colors are amazing. And the overall, it's pretty amazing too. There's some really neat effects happening here. Let's see if I can get it, show you with this. Give me something to point with. So these effects right here, I know it's hard to see, but let's see where we are. Right in here, there are a bunch of little lines that are like folds. Now those were created not on purpose. I did not create them on purpose. They're not something I would have desired. But they do create an effect. So the reason that happened is when I used the heat gun, the heat from the gun created skin on the top of on the surface of the paint. Okay? So then when I consequently started tilting, we got that skin started folding on itself. I hope you can see that. I know that, yeah, so the skin started folding on itself. And that's what created that effect. It happened a little bit over here as well. And a little bit right there. Anyway, so that's what created that effect. It wasn't on purpose. But I suppose that, and there's a little bit here. I suppose if you wanted to, you could probably create that on purpose. That wasn't my intention, but that's alright. Anyway, thank you for coming to play in the mud pit with me today. I think we did all right, and I think we managed to not create mud. All right, let's post that.